Good evening, racing fans, and welcome to the Kruentis YouTube channel. And tonight we've got some proper action on track. It's the second round of the Community Team Cup this year, and we've got TCR versus Gen X at a mixed conditions spa in the Porsche 992. I'm not alone in the com box today. I'm joined by our very own Murdock. If you just want to introduce yourself, mate, how are you feeling?
Yeah, pretty good. Thank you very much for having me. First time doing this, so I'll try not to embarrass myself too badly. Yeah, wicked times. It's been a long time since I've done an actual CTC.
Yeah.
But, it should be good to watch.
Right, I've got to make sure that I post it in the right place. There we go. Boom. Posted the link. Send it you so you can send it round ZFS. Get the chat up on my laptop. There we go. We've got Grey Rock in here already. Evening, mate. How you doing? So let's go over a bit on this combo. We were supposed to run it last week. It was supposed to be last Saturday that we were running it, but PlayStation servers had a different idea, and that kind of got thrown on its face. But we're back. We managed to rerun it. There we go. Let's scroll up to the settings sheet. There we go. So we're in the Porsche 911 GT3, the new one. It's the 992, the only RR car. The only RR Group 3 car, may I say, in this game. Very, very nice car to drive. We're at the Spa 24-hour layout for 22 laps. In terms of tyres and fuel, it's 4x on the tyres and 3x on the fuel with 2 mandatory pit stops. Default initial fuel with 6 litres per second on the refuel speed. Time of day, it's early morning 2x, and then the weather's very interesting. We're starting off with a bit of cloudy weather, going from CO3 to CO4 to CO6, and then it's going to be absolutely wetter than Lance Stroll's chin. We've got some R08 and 5 R07 slots, so the second half, like not even that, more like 2/3 of this race is going to be absolutely pelting it down, so proper test what these drivers can do, and it's all available with the medium mandatory, that's inters and wets included. So what's the lineup that we've got tonight? Because I can see Hogston in the room. He's not ticked in, so I think he might be doing the, what's it called, race director for them. Also, I do have to apologise if I'm a little bit stumbling on my words. I drank way too much last night and I'm very hungover. So, for TCR, it's Sonic, Ayrton Lads, Rapid GT, Etlitz, Beamertaz and Hoggy rounding out the lineup. And for GXR, we've got Sissy, Cyana, Whiffy S, Old Fart, Darlow Boy and K-Maru lining it out. So 2 very strong lineups, should give us a pretty interesting race. Let's take a look at some of the cars on track. So we've got Gen X running a very ZFS style livery, the orange and the grey. Looks very good, but I would probably say I'm a little bit biased on liking that colour scheme.
It is a good color scheme, I will admit.
Yeah.
But you're right, it is very similar to what ZFS run.
Yeah, and looking at the TCR livery, yellow and red with a bright pink rear wing. Kind of going for a bit of a McDonald's look, if I say so.
Well, being TCR, they have to have yellow in there, don't they?
Yeah, alright, so
Tidge's favourite colour, so...
Right, okay, so Tidgeney's not even on track, and we've also already crossed the Tidgeney glaze off the bingo card. Has Pezza told me to go to sleep yet? Yes, he has. Hey up, Pezza, how you doing in chat? That's another one crossed off. Who else we got in here? We've got Grey Rocks and J-Mac. So AHR, if you're not familiar, for this match day actually faced themselves. They've got two teams, and it was AHR 1 versus AHR 2.
Okay then.
So it's like ZFS going against BFS. Yeah.
Bit of an uneven fight.
I didn't really catch the race, but I think AHR might have won it. I'm not too sure though. Right, okay. I did have the fixture list for this match day somewhere, but this is one of my streams, so I've probably lost it. Okay, is that in order? Ooh, yes, it is. So this match day was supposed to be last week, but so we started off on Wednesday the 18th with TNRB versus TNRC. So another one of the match days, which was just an inter-community, like civil war, we would call it. Then we had on Friday, the 20th of March, there was 3 matches. There was DTR versus MRL, AHR Brawl, and CLR1 versus VES. And then the Saturday was TNRA versus P1R, and was supposed to have been this match, but it got postponed for a week because of PlayStation server nightmare. And then rounding out the match day was ART versus CLR2. So I've not really I'm usually quite caught up with CTC, but I've not had a chance to proper watch the races. I'm kind of going in a bit blind for this one.
Yeah.
14 watching already.
Can I just give a posthumous shout out to somebody?
Go for it, mate.
I'd just like to say hello to Scruffy Toff. I'm sure he's watching, seeing as those boys are facing off against TCR. Hope he's doing well.
Yeah, because you did, before you came to ZFS, you were at Gen X for a while.
That's right, I was.
Got an imposter among us in the...
I'm the spy.
Gen Exit.
Yeah, there was a big Gen Exit, there really was.
Right, okay.
Yeah. But no, they are a good bunch of guys, they really are. And it's nice to see they've got some new faces there as well. I mean, you're talking 9-10 months ago, so...
Right, okay, we've got a bit of information on the AHR brawl in chat. So apparently AHR were very upset with AHR, who ended up beating AHR. Can't believe that happening. Yeah. Team 2 just decided to bin it, apparently crashing into a wall, wheel disconnect, and an Apple SharePlay screen coming up.
Okay then.
This sounds about my average race at ZFS at the moment. Can't remember the last... I feel like it's actually been a couple of weeks before I've bloody finished a race. I'm feeling like Oscar Piastri at the moment.
Yeah, well, he's not doing too bad at the moment.
Yeah. It was funny because some reporter asked him, like, what would have to happen for you to have a smile on your face? And he just responded with, start the race, mate. That's all I want.
Yeah, well, that last race, neither of them started, did they? They both had electrical issues.
Oh yeah, one guy running out of fuel. That really wasn't the best. I kind of need to watch this AHR brawl. No. How'd you fumble against yourself? Also, when's this race starting? I'm getting a bit bored. This is always the... well, I like to call it the, it was you that did it. Well done, Pezza. Yeah, this is the sort of phase where I've gone through all my graphics, gone through all the information, and it's just the pure waffle phase while we wait for quali to start. Do we have any predictions for what pole could be? I mean, fastest lap in practice so far is Sonic with a 2:18.7 on softs.
That's pretty good going. I mean, I did some practice on here 2 weeks ago because I knew that I was going to be helping out with this. So I thought, well, I'll just copy the settings and just have a couple of laps and see how well I can do. And yeah, I was doing 2:18s, not consistently, but I did manage to do a couple. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that these TCR guys they're probably going to be the low 2:18s for quali.
Yeah, do you reckon do you reckon we'll see a 2:17?
Hoggies, that's very possible.
Yeah, Hoggy is very good, especially around Spa. It's one of his favourite tracks.
Yeah, and Sonic is no slouch either.
Yeah. I'm pretty useless at Spa. Like, I can do the 220s. Yeah, Pez is saying Hoggy will get a low 17. Like, usually the open lob is only seeing like 217s, sometimes even 16s on the table. And with the caliper drivers on track today, you don't know. So I reckon, pole. I'm gonna go for what stint you driving for the ZFS one. I should be doing stint 6, mate, but I'm mostly commentating the entire thing. I'm trying to get Video Ninja to work, do a bit of Jaeger magic, but it's clearly a lot harder than he makes it look. But yeah, I'll be doing stint 7, mate. Not stint 7, stint 6. Yeah, I'm doing hours 13 through 14 of the 12-hour race. I'm just that good, I'm going to carry on racing. Unlucky, mate. Should mean you can get my comms, though. It looks like qualifying is starting.
Yeah.
So
I was about to reply to Whippy, seeing how he's just messaged me, but I won't because it's quali. I don't want to interfere.
Yeah. Well, how about you do this miraculous thing called use your gob and just talk, mate? Because you're on comms now, so you can do it.
Yeah, this is, like I said, I'm trying not to embarrass myself, but yeah, that's cool.
Hey, you're not doing it right if you don't embarrass yourself. So, anyone new, this is the first one of the 2026 season that you're watching. New qualifying rules in place tonight, where it's a one-shot quali. So we all know Jaeger, the realism lord, he doesn't like the floating names above the cars, and he doesn't like me using chase cam, but cars teleporting back to the pits is completely, like, realistic in his eyes.
Okay then.
So yeah, we've got one lap, quit to the pits, but if you are on a lap and you don't like it, as long as you've not already crossed the line and got a lap on the board, you can go back and reset. But it's only 10 minutes and it's an over 2-minute outlap, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. Pez was just flexing in chat saying he was doing 17s on mediums when this was the time trial. So it's not ZFS rules either on quali, so you don't have to start on the tyre that you want to qualify on, and it's all available with the mediums mandatory, so I'm assuming most of the drivers will be on the mediums, but for now, if we flick through the grid, should see everyone on softs. Nope, looks like Etlitz is on mediums. Not too sure if he notices that or not, but that's why we've got the race director in there. I do suspect we'll see him quick to the pits and change them. Might
unless he's feeling really confident.
Yeah, unless he's feeling really confident. Yeah, there's the JJ just coming out the pits now, Kmaro. So coming through the bus stop chicane now is TCR Sonic to start the lap.
He's quickly followed by Darlow Boy.
Yep, who's followed by Rapid and Old Fart just coming through the chicane now. Keep our eyes on Sonic as he gets a wonderful run through turn 1. Bit of a slide on the rear end for that Porsche. Very easy to do in this RR car. To go fully towards the wall. Full send through Rouge and Radion. And as it's onto the long Kemmel straight now. Rev the absolute max out of that Porsche engine.
Is he going to shift to 6? No.
No, looks like he is. Mainly for the braking though. 39.6 first sector. What is it for Darlow Boy? It's a 40.0. And Rapid gets a... Getting the sector now. 39.9.
Yeah.
What about Old Fart? 39.9. Very close.
Very
but
close.
It's looking like Sonic out of the top 4 is top of the game at the moment.
Beamitaz at 39.6.
39.6 for, who was that?
That was Beamitaz.
Beamitaz. Cool, keep an eye on that. Looks like TCR proper putting the pace down. Now through Puon goes Sonic, nice and smooth. So we're coming towards the final half of this lap. I seem to find this bit much more technical. You try and link the apexes up. Someone quit back to the pits. That's Sissy, not happy with their lap. They're going to have another chance to try again. What is it going to be for Sonic as we go onto the run through up towards Blanchemont now? 42.2, yep, good spot. Not going to catch what Darlow Boy is, but we might be able to catch Rapid. 42.3. It's incredibly close between the TCR boys, and I think Beamitaz is going to be pretty close as well.
Yeah, I'm watching Beamitaz.
They're coming through the bus stop now. Sonic might quit to the pits. Pezza reckons it's going to be an 18. No, looks like Sonic is going to take this lap. What lap does he put on the board for the host of the room? It's an 18.5. Urton Lad for TCR does quit back to the pits. Dolly Boy gets a 19.7. What about Rapid? He was close to Sonic that entire lap. It's going to be a 19.1, 5/10 off his teammate. Next across the line is Old Fart with a 220.4. Now it's all eyes on Beamitaz. What can he get? We saw he was very close in the sector times to Sonic. Across the line now, and it's going to be a 19.2. So it's still that 18.554 from Sonic to beat. What can Etlitz do as he comes through the run towards bus stop now? He's got a nice little bit of track to himself. Connect the corners nice and well. Does the push. Slam the throttle out as aggressive as he can be across the line now. And it's a 20.5. That's not what Etlitz would have wanted. Next to cross the line. And,
gets.
Yeah, me too. He's not next, but one after that.
42.3.
Cyana's just made a spin through the bus stop. Is he going to carry the lap on? Is he going to quit? He looks like he's going to carry it on, but it's not going to be good. Nope, he quits right at the last second. Now it's Hoggy to cross the line. All eyes on Hoggy. Can he beat that 18.5 that Sonic set earlier? Through the bus stop now, just need to keep it nice and smooth, not get on the throttle too early like Cyana did and upset the car. It's well smooth and just aggressive on the throttle. Look at how fast he was on the accelerator.
18.7, nice.
And it's a very nice lap, but not quite good enough to challenge Sonic for pole. So Etlitz maybe not where he wanted to be on their mediums. Next to set lap will be...
Whippy's got penalty.
Yeah. Unlucky, and he might have time. 2-minute outlap. If he quits now, he should have time to get another lap, but he looks like he's going to carry that on and just get a lap on the board anyway. Sissy's just started their flying lap after quitting back to the pits, going through Uruj now. Urton Lads just started his, and Kmaru and Cyana about a minute through their outlap.
Yeah.
So we'll keep our eye on Whippy, because even with that half-second penalty, he's still the next to cross the line. Provisionally, the 6 points in quali are all going to TCR, with Sonic taking 3, Hoggy taking 2, and Rapid taking 1. Highest Gen X driver is Darlow Boy in 5th, and Etlitz lowest is 7th for TCR. Right. Here comes Whippy to serve that half-second penalty. It's a pretty harsh penalty zone.
Yeah, it is.
You're going to lose a good second and a half. So I personally don't see why Whippy isn't quitting back to the pits and just trying to get another lap out. So already this isn't going to be too good. There's Cyana in the distance. He's going to cross the line to set their first.
I don't think he's actually got enough time to do it now.
Yeah, he's going to start his first lap. Right, okay, so Whippy across the line now with that penalty. What is it going to be? Across the line, it's a 220.8.
That's pretty good going, considering he had the penalty.
Definitely, yeah. So without the penalty, they've been looking at a pretty much, yeah, mid-19, I'd say, maybe even a low.
Yeah, maybe even a low 19.
Yeah, so around fourth and fifth. So Whippy's definitely one to look out for.
Yeah, he is.
Now, all eyes on Sissy as we come through the bush stop chicane.
Ooh, he's got a little bit out of shape there.
Onset the car, took a little bit too much curb wide on the entry, and that's going to cost him dear. No, it hasn't. Sissy goes to third place. With a 2.19.0. Gen X are putting a show on for us. Now, next across the line is going to be Ayrton Lad. And he seems to be losing, using ASM and counter steering. Maybe that's just the glitch because it's not showing him as white, but it is flashing as red.
I didn't think you were allowed those.
No, ZFS you're not. CTC don't give a shit.
Oh, okay.
So across now, Ayrton Lad unsettled the car. Max
that was
somehow keeps it from the barriers, but it's P10 after that massive moment for Ayrton Lad. That is K-Morrow and Sayana we're waiting on.
Yep.
Couple new people in chat. Arjun Potter, Speed Ace, nice to see you. Remember there's, there is fuel and tyre wear in quali, but if you're cutting back to the pit, it's mainly going to be the time of day that's affecting it, I'd say. What's it going to be for K-Morrow? Would usually be hearing his voice now, but he did reach out for me to cover this one so he could race. And it's a nice little combo. And across the line now, what's it going to be for K-Morrow? 221. So good enough for 10th so far. Last across the line is going to be Sayana. There's the checkered flag. Across the line now, what's it going to be for the Brazilian? It's looking good. It's going to be an 18.7. So Gen X proper getting up into the top positions. Sayana bagging 2 points for the team.
Congratulations.
So Sonic on pole. Very nice laps, yeah. And this is a good thing about TTC. We just get to sit here for 3 minutes while we wait for the thing to end out. Yep. So we can look at everyone in the pits. Well, Sayana's on track going nice and slow, giving us a lovely little view of the Gen X car. So it's Sonic on pole, bagging 3 points for TCR. Gen X, Sayana on P2, taking 2 points to GXR, and Hoggy in P3, picking up the last point available in quali. So provisionally the score is 4 to TCR and 2 to Sayana, but without sounding a bit rude to Gen X, that is much closer and much higher up than I was expecting. I was expecting it to be a bit more one-sided, but I think we could get a very good race on. I mean, the ultimate equaliser is going to happen when the RO8 slot comes in, and then 5 RO7 slots following it. It's going to make it very tricky, but some really good times across the board. Top three actually separated by less than 2 tenths. Very nice mix, says Pottinger.
We've got 2:18.5. So the top 6 are within a second of each other.
Yeah, top 6 are within a second, and then there's a bit of a gap to Darlow Boy and Old Fart. Etlitz is very close to Old Fart as well.
Yep.
Came out on track just to show us a bit of love. Get the TCR livery out there as well. We've got just over a minute of this awkward sit and just watch the cars drive around.
At least he's giving us something to watch.
Yeah, well, there was one that we did where finalised for CLR, just did like a lap around at 5 miles an hour.
I got to admit, I do like the headlights on the new Porsche with the red LEDs in them. That does set off the front of the car.
Do you want to go over the final quality results, mate? Just go run down the grid.
Yep, no worries. So we've got TCR Sonic at a 2:18.554, followed closely behind that by the Gen X Sayana at a 2:18.701. Then we got Hoggy in third at 2:18.751. Gen X Sissy, 2:19 dead. TCR Rapids 219.129. B Matiz for TCR. He's running a 219.284. Got Gen X Darlow Boy at 219.764. Followed closely behind that, Gen X Old Fart 220.464. Then in 9th place, we've got Etlitz, is 220.524. Then we've got 10 in Gen X Whippy S, with that really, considering he had that penalty.
Yeah, very
220.837.
Very strong lap for Whippy there. That was a
very strong lap, yeah.
Bit of sandbags in there because of that penalty.
Yeah, he's chucking all the sandbags out now.
Yeah.
Right. Then we've got, in 11, we've got Gen X Kamaru. So he's a 221 dead. And rounding up the last one is, was it Right and Lad, 222.575.
Remember, everyone comfort hard, so see. It's the optimal tyre to be on, isn't it?
Yep. Well, they come with their own little grooves for when it rains.
Can't lose grip in the rain if you've not got any grip in the first place.
The rain's really going to sort this one out.
Yeah, definitely. I'm proper looking forward to this. So, rolling start. Actually, no, grid start with false check. 12 cars on the grid. TCR on the left-hand side, actually no, right-hand side. Sonic on pole. It's 5 lights, and then away we go. Hoxton with a pretty good start, might be able to jump Sayana at the start. They're already alongside, heading down to Rio Rouge. It's going to be who's close, and Hoggy gets the position. He's up to P2 already. Further back, that looks like Darla Boy having a bit of a moment. Same with Kmaru dropping back a little bit. Urton Lads still in P12. Kmaru gets a half-second penalty because of that. Further back, it's Hogston and TCR Sonic side by side. Are we going to see Hogston try for the lead? Where the hell is City going?
Sienna spun it off.
Oh, yeah, good spot. Sienna's proper off. Let's have a little look at what happened there. So sorry, Jaeger, I'm going to go into chase cam for this. So we get a beautiful view of that. There's Sissy goes across, and it just looks like too early on the throttle and straight into the wall for the Brazilian. So very strong quali for Sayana, but they find themselves already in 10th. Did something happen to Rapid that we missed? He's down in 11th. He's got a lot of damage. We'll see if we can catch it. And no, looks like we're going to just about miss it. So back ahead, it's Sonic and Hoggy leading the way, followed by Sissy.
Close behind, yep.
After making a bit of a detour at the start, then it's Beamataz in 4th with Whippy and Dolly Boy right on his rear end. Plenty of time to recover it indeed. The two Gen X boys almost going side by side there. We head on the run towards Blanchemont. Little bit of a gap forming up front as well between Hogston and Sonic. But this is looking like a proper even split between TCR and Gen X. I believe if the checker flag were to fly now, this would be a TCR win, but not by much. Is Urton Lad right on the rear end of Kmaru there in the battle for P8 through the bus stop now. And he's so aggressive on the throttle. He's Urton Lad. Look at how fast he was, and look at the exit that he's got. Urton Lad.
How can he out?
Powers
he's gonna break
down the inside.
Kmaru's not giving up.
Oh, bit of contact there, but I'd say that was all clean. Urton Lad up into P8. We saw someone come in the pits. That's Sayana. They've used the mediums, which is the mandatory tyre. Maybe wanting to come on the softs. This is very interesting.
Very interesting.
See what Sayana decides to do. Maybe this is just some genius
I'll keep
strategy.
an eye on Sayana if you want to keep an eye on the rest of the race.
Yeah, wicked, right.
See what tyres he's coming out on.
Yeah, so I believe the entire
this is the
grid...
other interest. the other interesting thing is they've got the 24-hour layout, so it's so easy to pick up a 3-second penalty coming out of these pits.
Potter made a nice thing in chat. It's a mandatory two-stop. So yeah, mandatory two-stop. Maybe thinking he can take the inters for the entire wet stint. Some of these guys thinking that they're gonna take the mediums for the entire dry stint. So alternate strategies on offer for tonight, as Sissy still right on the back end of Hoggy and Sonic, proper putting up a good fight on Gen X tonight. I mean, they've got 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th all Gen X, but with Kmaru having that half-second penalty, we've got Lads with a 1-second penalty as well. It's going to allow Rapid to come through up into P8. Should draw up Kmaru to P9. Etlitz is 4 seconds behind. And then 31 seconds on the softs after that pit stop is Sayana. So definitely...
Sayana, when he come out of the pits, was about 35 seconds behind him. So he's already gained 4 seconds.
Look at how close Hoggy's getting to the back of his teammate there. And Gen X Sissy is not giving up in the slightest. They've already pulled a 3.7 gap to 3.7 second gap to Beamertaz. And it's Sissy with the fastest lap so far of the race, 2:19.2, as Hogston goes for the lead into turn 1 on Sonic. Wonderful move there, and it looks like Gen X are trying this strategy here of possibly trying to one-stop the wet stints. All of them coming in very early. That's Whippy and Oldfart now. We'll see what Sissy does, because he's proper showing us what Gen X have got in this battle against TCR, Sonic and Hoggy. Sonic and Sissy, both of them taking an incorrect line through Rouge, and that's made him pick up a both half-second penalty. Hoggy will be loving this because he knows he's going to be able to pull away a bit. But it's all between Sonic and Sissy. Sissy's still got this P2 on the table. He's looking up the inside of the corner, running towards No Name. He does back out though, doesn't think it's close enough for a move, but we're still bumper to bumper through No Name now onto the run towards Puon. Clip the apex, strong on the throttle. And Sissy is just making that Porsche come alive. Looks up the inside a little bit into Puon, backs out, not close enough. Sonic knows where Sissy wants to put that car, and he's positioning his car, defending beautifully as the Brits. What a start of the race this has been. Hey, Paddy, nice to see you in chat. How you doing, mate? So, coming up to the penalty zone now. Hoggy's lead, 6/10. That should upgrade to about 2 seconds as he is purple, gaining on that lap that Sissy did last. So it's all between Sissy and Sonic now. Is Sissy going to try the strategy that Gen X are doing, coming in, getting rid of those mediums? Or is he having a bit too much fun up front? Are TCR going to try the same? Are TCR going to try the same strategies? We're side by side. Sonic with the inside to the bus stop. We're going to be late on the brakes. He's going to keep it inside turn 2 outside. And it looks like Sissy's managed to get ahead. Oh, we maybe no. Still side by side. Sissy into P2. Round the outside, turning into the inside. But Sonic's having absolutely none of it. He's going to look up the inside of turn 1. Backs out, not close enough. And what a move that was for Sissy into P2. Let's take a look at that on the replay. I didn't go back far enough. Press that one. There we go. So coming to the bus stop outside, Sonic beautifully too wide. Outside turns to inside. And Sissy's managed to get ahead of the TCR driver. Phenomenal driving on show tonight. But this fighting and the penalty has allowed Hogston to pull a pretty sizable gap. It's almost up to 3 seconds now, his lead.
Sienna has managed to catch up and get past Gen X Old Fart, and he's about 1.4 behind Whippy.
Yep, so we've got a couple of the Gen X boys on the softs at the back. Still only 3 of them which have decided to pit so far. Lad staying out. 28-second gap between them, but we'll keep our eyes on that. See what sort of times these boys set. Last lap for Sayana. I can't see it at the moment because my...
his last lap was a 2:19.6.
Yeah, there we go. I had some like thing that popped up saying 11 people were watching, which just hit it perfectly. So yeah, the fastest lap of the race, still last lap, 2:19.2 for Hoggy, but Sissy's catching tremendously. Already pulled 1.4 seconds to Sonic. Beamataz is playing a bit of a role as well now. He's coming to have a bit of this. But what a performance from Sissy so far this race. Absolutely phenomenal driving from the Gen X driver. Okay, further back, we've got 6 seconds to Dollar Boy in P5, who's just in a little bit of his own on the track. Then we've got Rapid, 3.5 seconds behind him, chasing for P5. Etlitz, 4 seconds back. Then 3 seconds to Kmaru, 1.7 to Urton Lad. And then it's Whippy S, Sayana, and Old Fart decently close to each other at the back on the alternate strap. So
it is a shame that none of them have got the weather up on there.
Yeah. For some reason, even if they do it, it just shows a randomised one to us. Like it's track map about 90% of the time. Sometimes you get lucky and see the radar and the overtakes. They're quite useful, but it's never the weather map for some reason. But if we're going off just purely the weather slots, the rain is probably expected.
Lap 8?
Yeah, lap 8, lap 7, around that.
Yeah. If I remember right, when I was doing the testing, that's around about when the weather started to come.
Yeah, Pottinger proving that to us. Yeah, lap 8-ish.
It's going to be interesting to see who's paying attention to that weather map. Because when that rain comes, if you're halfway around, you can ruin your race.
Literally straight to RO8, so it is full-on torrential, the meters going up immediately type rain.
Yep.
Got a lovely view of the bright purple helmet that Hogston's wearing. So what were you saying there, mate?
Oh, just having a look. Sienna's tires are starting to fade a little bit.
Yeah, let's have a look at
Whippy's got better tires.
Yeah, Old Fart going back onto the mediums? Or maybe starting on the softs? Did we not catch that? Bit weird. Yeah. We've got Beamataz catching up to Sonic, so I think we'll keep our eyes on this little TCR group here. Sissy has pulled a decent gap, 2.1 seconds, pretty much the same to Hogston.
He's doing bloody well.
Yeah, Hoggy into the 18. So is Sissy though, to 18.8 that last lap. Already chasing qualifying times. Refuel speed is, I'll pull it off, I believe it's 3 litres per second off the top of my head, but I'm hardly a bloody reliable source, so let's pull up the graphic. Where is it? Oh, I'm in the wrong bloody chat. I'm in broadcaster chat. Why am I here? Someone in chat should say the correct one before I manage to find it. There we go. 6 litres per second.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not as bad as the 3 as I thought. And yeah, there's Pottinger on schedule. Right as I found it. Cool, okay, so 9 tenths now between Sonic and Beamataz. We've got 2.5 laps roughly until the rain starts and chaos informs.
Yeah.
We've got Urton Lad 6 tenths behind Kmaru. That battle for P8 brewing a bit. Yeah, not really a benefit on fuel saving. As you can see, I can take. There we go, take the display off so I can actually see the lap times.
Yeah, I'm just checking the tire wear and they're all pretty even, to be fair.
Yeah.
Sonics are actually slightly worse than everyone around him.
Yeah, this gap actually staying pretty similar between Lad and Kmaru. I think this is a good time for this camera. The expert drone pilot, as there's Kmaru giving us a little flash. He knows we're watching. Always a pleasure to do these streams for you, mate. If you ever need me to help, just let me know. I love doing CTC streams. There's all commentators cursed there a little bit. It goes off, and this Iron Lad going to be able to capitalise on that. Sissy's into the pits on the mediums, and that's a 1 second penalty.
1 second, that's so harsh.
Very harsh, yeah. So Sissy into the pits at the start of lap 7, presumably seeing something on the radar. Rapid and Etlip stay out. What about Kmaru and Earthen Lads? They're staying out as well. So the Rapid Sissy, who's been putting on a show tonight, coming into the pits a bit early. So top deck Gen X guy is now Dollar Boy in P4. As Kmaru proper getting the rear end loose, coming out of turn 1. That's going to allow Earthen Lad to proper gain on this back straight. It's going to slip in the slipstream as well with a better exit. We should see him go for a move at the end of the Camel Straight.
That is so weird. He's not changed his tires or anything. He's literally just done a splat, not even anything. Just come in the pits.
Just gave himself a drive-through penalty. There's Earthen Lad going through towards the inside. We're side by side. Who's going to be last on the brakes? It's going to be Earthen Lad, but is he going to be able to make the corner? Yes, he is. And he's up to P7 now. So what were you saying? Sissy basically just saw he was up front and decided to do a drive-through penalty.
That basically. I know you've got to do 2 pit stops, but...
Ooh. Yeah.
That's interesting.
2 mandatory, maybe he thinks it's a 1-stop, and he can 1-stop both the dry and the wet portions of the race. Because, I mean, if we're around a third race distance now, we're only at half fuel, should be a 1-stop on both tyres and fuel. So Sissy pulling maybe a dummy stop to try and make that 2-stop work, while actually doing a 1-stop does sound like a pretty smart move.
It does.
We've got proper strategists in chat tonight. So Kmaru coming to serve that penalty now, but Earthen Lad already ahead after the send at the end of the Camel. You can do the wet section on wets without stopping. Yeah, I was thinking it'd be wets.
Yeah, from when I'd done my practice, that stayed in the blue at the top of the wet sort of notification.
Yeah.
That stayed in the blue section for the rest of the race. So, and the delta between the full wets and the inters, for me personally, that was 5 seconds a lap.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it does make sense in RO8 to go to the full wets. Hey up Prodigy, nice to see you in chat, mate. How you doing? Been an absolute pelter of a race so far. So we're just about to get to the climax. As if the weather reports are correct, as there's Dardo Boy, the half-second penalty, unfortunately. Most likely picked it through a rouge. Very easy to do.
It was a rouge.
Yeah. So Rapid in P5, Etlix in P6, Earthen Lad in P7, and then Sissy in P8, Kmaru in P9, Oldfart in P10. And we've got the first of the major pit stoppers, Whippy and Sayana. As Sayana's tyres dying of death a bit after, well, what's he done? He's done 7 laps pretty much on them softs. Possibly.
The question is, what's he putting on now?
Yeah, because we're not seeing any rain hit the track yet, but we don't have access to the weather radar.
Let's see. He's coming out now.
Coming out now. There's Whippy about to come out as well. They're on the full wets.
Oh,
as the rain
Whippy's
is starting to fall. So Hoggy has timed this pretty good because he's coming through the bus stop now. He's going to get to the pits right as the rain falls. That gap towards the latter half of the track still in the first third. Hoggy in the pits. Sonic
got
in the
really
pits.
lucky with that.
Beamertaz in the pits as well. Now his eyes on Dollar Boy and Rapid as it's getting wetter and wetter. The further down you are now, the more you're going to suffer at this point, as we're already about getting towards into conditions already. Rapid and Dollar Boy into the pits, followed by Etlitz, and now he's proper coming down.
Right, lad. Ooh, is he going to make it? Yeah, he's got it slowed down enough.
This is where the TC comes out. Sissy gets it through alright as well. All eyes on Kmaru now.
Yep, he's made it.
Proper trying to get it stopped, and it's getting harder and harder, and he's spun, going to get into the pits.
Oh, that is so
unlucky.
Luck.
But hopefully he could get out of the way before Old Fart gets there. Whippy and Sayana also already managing to get onto
it's
the
reset
wet
him up the track.
Oh,
that is such bad luck.
Oh, it's reset him up the track. So he's got to do another lap on...
He's got to do another lap.
Rest in peace to Kmaru, if we can get like a memorial done in chat for this man. As there is Hoggy and Sonic coming out of the pits now. And as suspected, it is about as wet as Lance Stroll's chin. Absolutely pissing it down. Sonic picks up a 3 seconds. Beamertaz gets alright. Rapid gets alright. Etlitz is alright. Dollar Boy's got away with it. So far, only 1 3-second penalty, and it's Sonic which has picked it up. There's all Sonic going off. The TCR boat squad not quite doing what they wanted to. Hoggy's just absolutely shot off into the distance. That gap was like 2 seconds coming out of the pits, already up to 3, and Sonic's not even served his penalty yet.
Yeah, it's 5 between him and Sonic now.
Yeah. Then we've got Beamertaz and Rapid right behind each other. It's 11 meters per second the wind. So what's that, about 34 kilometers an hour? Absolute scenes on track tonight. Currently, it's a TCR top 5 lockout with Ertenlad in 8th, but these have only done 1 stop, whereas a couple of Gen X boys have already done their 2nd stop. And looking at the rain and the fuel, they should be able to go to the end of the race. So it really depends.
Darlo boy!
Oh, Darlo!
He's held it! Bloody hell, he did good on that.
Oh, Beamertaz has gone off, and Etlitz is coming right behind him. We're going to see a bit of TCR civil war. They seem to have got away with it. Let's have a look at Dollar Boy's car control, absolute legendary. So coming through this section, loses the rear. We got a bit of Dollar Boy Tokyo drift action.
Kmaru's still struggling. Bless him, he's got a 5-second penalty.
5 bomber clock second, Jesus. Well, I mean, in this game, 5-second penalty is basically the death penalty.
Yep.
He's still getting around.
He's still got all that time to lose in the pits as well.
Yeah, it was like down 44 seconds. Now, is the car going to spin? Because coming on the throttle after going on the penalty, the AI is just going to do it flat.
He's held it.
he's held it, yeah. TC5 lean map 6 all the way for him. And it looks like he's going to be able to get in the pits, hopefully. I mean, we'll take the cameras off him this time, so it's a bit less pressure.
Yeah.
So 8.5 seconds now is what Hoggy's lead is. It's Rapid in P2 after Sonic serving that penalty. Is unlucky. He's just picked up another half second through Rouge. Etlitz also the half-second penalty. Beamertaz down in 5 after that mistake. Dollar Boy not too far back in P6, but with a half-second penalty, he's going to drop back a bit, and then it's 19 seconds to Ertenlad in P7. Sissy is in P8.
And Sissy was sideways coming through a rouge.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it's 32 seconds to Sayana. Keimaru finally gets into the pit lane to go on the wets. And Old Fart in P12, 1 minute 22 off Hoggy. Now, even just going through that run down the grid, Hoggy's found another second. And this is just absolute domination from Hoggy. The second a bit of water touched the track, he has came up and lit the track alight. He's going to have to pit again sometime this race. And we'll see where the Gen X boys come into play. The Darlo boys also on the same strategy as the TCR boys. He's the only one of the Gen X guards which hasn't done that first stop already.
Yeah.
We had Sissy take the dummy, whereas Sayana, Whippy, Oldfar, and actually I don't know if Keimaru pit as well. He might have. That might have been his first start. I might imagine if he's got to do a second one after all that. The pain, the
that
suffering.
Would be seriously bad luck.
Like, at that point, I just park it up.
No, he's a fighter. He'll keep going.
Yeah. Imagine having two hours stints with the same weather scheme. Damn, imagine, couldn't be us. Speak to a fellow called Slugsy is Cracker at Suzuka, always finish. Yeah, I do recognise Slugsy's name. I think I've done comms for one of his races before. Can't remember which one though. Might have been, well, I mean, if he races at CLR, it was probably a CPC that I did. Yeah. Yeah, I'm usually a fighter until my wheel disconnects and I just kind of give up. Sonic just absolutely drifting through Raddy on there, and he's picked up a half-second penalty again. Oh, we just accidentally pressed the replay button. Can't even remember when that marker was.
And Dollar Boy just picked up a full second for cutting through a rouge.
Oof, good spot. But yeah, everyone just seeming to spread out a little bit. Actually, no, I say that. We've got Sissy right on the back end of Urton, lads. Trying to make them positions back up after the strategy that he's done. He's going to go for the inside onto the wet line. Urton, lads, stays on the outside on the dry line. And is Sissy going to be able to get on the brakes later? He should be able to. He's not on the dry line, which is good here.
As soon as Wright and Lad decided to stay on that dry line, I knew there was no way he was going to be able to brake.
Yeah, and you saw exactly what happened there. Tried to brake at the same point, and Sissy's just got so much more grip off the dry line. And Urton Lad just slides off a little bit. Almost losing the rear there again. Bit of drifting in the Porsche. Textbook move there for Sissy, and he's got 20.5 seconds to Etlit. Ben's pit loss here was around 30 seconds, I think, just for fuel. That was what, or Sissy when he did his dummy. Yeah, he lost around 35, 40 seconds. So he should be pretty good to get back into that top three once the TCR boys pit, if my calculations are correct.
Atlas might be able to get in front of Dollar Boy. Yeah, he's got it, but Dollar Boy, bless him, he's just spun it.
Oh, very unlucky, mate. Doing a phenomenal race so far.
Yeah, it was that penalty line. It was the penalty line where the car brakes, and it just sent him sideways.
Oh, that's unlucky, yeah. Imagine crashing because the AI just decides to slam on the brakes at Mock Jesus. Right, first lot of the TCR boys to come in for their second stop is Beamataz. And this looks like it's just going to be a drive through the pit lane. Little job here. Might splash and dash, but he looks definitely got the tyres for it, and he's definitely got the fuel for it. It's definitely still wet conditions. So this is most likely just a pit just because it says us to. A daily race C special, as I like to call them. Oh, a little bit of a splash and dash. He took like 2% of fuel there and back out. Cool, so Urton Lad, half-second penalty. Darlow Boy, after that crash, he's now got 5 seconds to Sissy. That was around 20 odd. So that's Urton Lad most likely picking up another half-second penalty through Rallion. Might have just about got away with it. Looks like he has. Hoggy update. We're almost at 10 seconds. He's absolutely shot off into the distance, never to be seen again. The ghost of Hoggy, just absolutely smashing it around the track, doing 36s in these conditions. I can barely do that in the dry. Absolute legend. 2.2 seconds between Sonic and Rapid. Still a TCR podium lockout for now. But seeing that Beamer Taz has came out in P8, and he's got, what, 2 Gen X boys ahead. Darlow Boy is an exemption here. It's mainly Sissy that we're looking at. And I think Sissy should be challenging for the podium once everyone's came back in. There. Because we're about to Beamer Taz, 40, 50 odd seconds, or 10 seconds, like 15 seconds off Hoggy odd, and he's 53 now. And so you are looking at around 30, 35, 40 odd pit loss. Ooh,
sideways.
Speaking of Sissy, we got a bit of more Tokyo Drift action, pure car control from the American there. As what a CTC race this has been. Etlix goes into the pits, and it looks like he's jumped up the grid a little bit because he's not fueled. He didn't take fuel for that first initial wet stop.
Sissy's outbraked himself.
Sissy's outbraked himself, did he?
Yeah. Coming into the final chicane.
Yeah, we'll see if we can catch that. Because, gets onto the curve for Blanchemont, loses the car a bit, and way too late on the brakes, and he's proper off. Just get it through, that'll be why the camera couldn't find him.
Well, Sissy's now jumped Atlas.
Yeah, where is Etlix going to fuel up to? 75, comes out of the pits. With Sayana. Sayana's coming through the bus stop now, and Etlix should have quite comfortably trumped the Brazilian. There he is, coming out in P8. Should be able to avoid the half-second penalty. Pretty hard to do at this track, but he has got away with it, and out onto the track for the Dutchman.
Rapid's going to lose a lot of places. He needs to fuel a lot.
He does, but it is working at the moment. He's catching up to Hoggy. And yes, very big fuel difference between Hoggy and Rapid with 6 litres per second. That's, looking at that, so that's like, 65% for Hoggy. What about 10%? So yeah, we're looking at like, pretty much 8 or 9 seconds that Hoggy's going to gain on Rapid in the pits. Sonic as well is jump him. Sonic as well is definitely going to jump into P2. There's a 34-second gap to Darlow Boy. No, he's not going to lose that much, and Darlow Boy's also got to pit again. He's only done one of the stops. So
yeah, but Darlow Boy doesn't have as much fuel to put in.
Yeah, but it's 6 litres per second. He's only going to lose around 10 seconds, whereas Darlow Boy's 35 seconds off Sonic. So that gap, just realistically, is a bit too much. Well, we'll see now as Sonic comes in.
I know he's not going to get Sonic, but he might get Rapid.
Maybe we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah. I think he's firmly P4 at the moment. Maybe P5 to Sissy's proper catching. I just think 36, even with that fuel difference, it's nowhere near enough. It's only going to lose about 10 seconds. Oh, yeah, Darlow Boy, proper.
Pushing a little bit too hard.
Just about caught that.
Sissy's got himself a little half-second penalty.
Yeah, I'm sure Jaeger's absolutely loving how much chase cam footage we're getting. There he is, yeah, just about going off.
Rapid's got a half-second penalty.
Yeah, everyone coming in now. We've got Ayrton lads. Sonic comes out in P3 pretty comfortably ahead of Darlow Boy. He's got City. Beam Tazers came out right in this. We've got a proper little fight brewing up on our hands.
Yep.
And lad, it'll be interesting to see when our leaders come in, because Hogston can pretty much pick whenever. And I'm sure he's going to maybe wait a bit just so he can see that lead get bigger and bigger and bigger. Rapid's kind of fact, he's got to come in with either this lap or lap after that, looking at the fuel. Sonic as well can do it pretty much whenever. Sissy's cool to the end. Darlow Boy's got one more stop and can do it pretty much whenever. Beam Tad's cool to the end. Etlitz is cool to the end. Cyana's cool to the end. Same with Ayrton Lad now, just coming out of the pits. He's managed to avoid that 3-second penalty. Never mind. Commentator's curse. There he is. 3.5 seconds. Very unlucky for Ayrton Lad. And I believe everyone else is cool to the end. Maybe K-Mara has got to do another stop. It looks like this rain's just absolutely sent JJ over the rails. He's got 1:14 to Old Fart, another penalty, and it just looks like every time we got on board with him, he's got something else wrong with that car, and it's very frustrating to be in that position. It's frustrating to get your mind out of it. He's just got to get his head down and make it to the finish. Still on the rain update, it's still a river. The Spa-Francorchamps jet ski race we're watching tonight.
Cool, Ayrton Lad's got 3.5-second penalty.
So yeah, this is what I mean. So they've got about 60% fuel, the guys that have to pit. As there's Darlow Boy going around the outside of Sissy after serving his penalty for P4. So yeah, Rapid's going to have to fuel to around 60%, so with 6 litres per second, he's going to spend 10 seconds fueling. So I reckon he's going to drop 10 seconds behind Sonic, because they were pretty close to each other. Maybe a little bit less, because it was like a 2-second gap. But yeah, around 10 seconds, I'm saying. Sonic will definitely jump him. Here it is, the fuel going in just now. He could just fuel to 100 to completely throw my calculations off, but he should go to around 60 odd. Yeah, 54, it's underfueled a bit. There's Sonic coming through turn 1 onto the run through Eau Rouge. There's Rapid making his way down the pit lane. Darlow Boy and Sissy are still just trying to kill each other, we'll leave them be. Here's Rapid coming out in P3. What's the gap? Is it around 10 seconds?
Oh, this is going to be close.
It's around 6, and there's Darlow Boy and Sissy. Maybe you were right. Darlow Boy is going to drop him after all. Got a bit of side-by-side Gen X action. Sissy on the try line almost got used as a missile. So yes, let's keep our eyes on this. Rapid, he's kept the same tyre set. Wouldn't really make sense to change them, so we're not going to have cold tyres or anything. Well, I mean, the tyres are going to be ice cold anyway. I mean, look at the bloody track. It's a bloody refrigerator out there. Still 11 metres per second, so not only is it raining, it's raining sideways. What is this, Coventry? So, 3 cars, bumper to bumper as we go through Pouhon. 7 tenths still that gap between Rapid and Sissy. Rapid gets a much better exit through Pouhon and he's gained a couple tenths from that. Just starting to pull away from Sissy a bit. It's raining sideways, absolutely, mate. Can you not see the track? I mean, the wind's going about as fast as the bloody cars, mate. He's dying. I've been constantly feeling like whenever I go outside, I just get smited by Poseidon at the moment. It can be sunny blue skies. I step outside, all of a sudden it's like 75-mile-an-hour wind, raining and hailstoning at the same time. I think I'm just a magnet for it at the moment. So 8.4 seconds to Sonic now. And yeah, Hoggy not pitting yet. Just purely so he can aura farm and say that he's got a 41-second lead. Absolute legend. There's Darlo Boy into the pits now. So he's going to shoot back down to around Earthen Lad. Well, he's not going he's going to have to fuel, but not by much. So we're looking at around 30 seconds. So yeah, he's going to drop between Earthen Ladod.
Yeah, I think he's gonna fall in between Earthen and Volpart.
Earthen just has a proper little moment there. He does keep it under control though, coming towards the bus stop. Have a look at that little pack. So P3 it is now, and as Darlo Boy's pit and Rapid starting to pull away a bit, it's seeming to be ever harder for Sissy to try and get back onto the podium, but it is definitely doable. You can still see Rapid. He's faster, but not by much. All it takes is one big penalty from Rapid to proper bring Sissy back in the game. Or he can do that and just go sideways. That's kind of a less optimal way to get the podium in your hands, mate. 3.7 seconds now the gap. Very unlucky, mate. Very well done to keep it under control. Cheers for the sick drift montage. I'm going to make some TikTok edit out of the clips from this. See Rainbow Horizontal.
All that's missing is the Tokyo Drift music, you know what I mean?
Oh, don't make me do fucking karaoke now. Don't threaten me with a good time. That'd be a hilarious sight to see Rainbow Horizontal, mate. Clearly you've never been to England. It's a daily occurrence for us. So, do we have any cars close to each other? 1.8 seconds between Beamataz and Etlitz. Darly Boy has came out pretty much exactly around it, and lads, 8.5 seconds ahead, came out in P8. More Gen X Tokyo drifting. The copyright strike is calling to me. I've got my laptop right next to me. I could just pull the song up right now.
Oh, and Whippy sideways as well.
What Gen X at the moment? Like, it's not a drift montage, mate. Come on, get your head in the game, mate. In my current absolute shattered hungover face, there is no chance that I can hit that high note. I can give it a damn good go. I'm probably too sober for that though.
Yeah, no, don't ask me to sing, I can't do that.
Oh, I'm used to say it. I have sang the Eric Cartman version of Poker Face on an IRO stream before. It was not as good as Jaeger's. There's Beamataz and Etlitz going past each other. Nice little switchback for the two TCR drivers. The Ronald McDonald Mobiles putting on a show tonight. Right now,
dropped back to 5.6 from Rapid.
And Hoggy's lead's coming right down. And I think he's had a mistake this lap, because the last time we checked, it was 41 seconds.
Yeah.
And now it's pretty much under a pit stop. He's not going to have to take fuel. But, I mean, 38s he's doing, 37s is Sonic. We'll see what this lap time is, as we've not even made it to, we're already at 2 minutes this lap, so he's definitely had a massive moment, has Hoggy, which we haven't caught. Must not have caught up damage or anything, because it's on light, so we wouldn't have seen it. But yeah, already going through the penalty zone, and we're at 2 minutes 20. So very annoying that we're a bit clueless and we've missed the main thing in the race, which is Hoggy having a major moment. As we go through the bus stop now, are we going to see him take that final pit stop, or is he going to carry on? He's going to carry on, this Hoggy. He does know that he's got to do a second one, right? Hopefully. That's possibly, but Sonic in contention for the win. Rapid, it's still definitely, like, even if Hoggy was to pit now, it'd still pretty much be a guaranteed TCR podium lockout. We've got a Gen X driver in the top 4, which is very impressive. Really good race from Sissy.
Yeah, then it is. Very good.
Etlitz and Beamataz for TCR in 5th and 6th respectively. Then we got 2 Gen X drivers, Sayana and Darlow Boy, 7th and 8th. Ayrton Ladd, the lowest of the TCR boys, in 9th. Then it's Gen X Alpha, Whippy and Kmaru taking out the final spots. So, if the checkered flag was to fall right now, it would be a pretty convincing TCR win. But it's not to say that Gen X haven't put up a fight. Without sounding like a bit of a knobhead, I will say it's been a lot more competitive from them today than I was expecting coming into this. They've put on a really good show for us of Gen X and TCR as well. I wonder if you know how they live in Tokyo.
Right.
If you've seen it, then you mean it, then you know you have to go. Fast and furious. Cheers,
Pezza. I just had a quick flick back through.
Yeah.
And Hoggy lost it at La Combs.
Ooh.
As he come round the right-hander, it just carried on going. So he did a spin there. So I don't think he picked up any damage, but yeah, that's where he lost it, was in La Combs.
Yeah, and that does make sense. La Combs, you're going to fully turn around, losing a good 10-15 seconds. Higher, piss off, Pezza. I'm going to sleep if you ask me to go higher than that. Right. 5 laps to go. No, 4 actually, I can't count. 19, 20, 21, 22. Literal engineering major and can't do 22 minus 18.
Oh, Sonic is... Oh, Hoggy's gone deep.
We're going to catch, it's proper gone deep. It's coming in the pits. We've got a lovely view of the chicane with just no car there. Brilliant camera work. We're just showing, I think we did catch him just sort of, we caught him going into the pits. We didn't actually catch him on track, that was quite funny. So, let's have a look, coming into the bus stop.
Oh, Sonic's gone deep as well.
Yeah, just brakes about 20 meters too late. Very easy to do, especially once you're getting confidence in the wet. So, main thing, last of the drivers to come into the pits. There's Rapid coming through, Sonic as well. Is Sonic going to be able to drop Hoggy? I believe he will, because Hoggy's just pulled into it. He's not picked up any fuel or anything. He's going to come out. Sonic making the barrel up towards Uruge now. As Hoggy's not made it out of the pit lane yet. There's Hoggy just about coming, and there's Sonic, who's dropped Hoggy. That mistake has cost him dearly, as it's caused Sonic to take the lead of this race.
Just coming out. Rapid's going to be fairly close to him now.
Yeah, Rapid, that's around 10 seconds, maybe a bit less. That gap, but Sonic absolutely barreling off into the distance. He's got 5 seconds that lead now. Now, I believe the driver ahead is, that's Kmaru. They're coming up to lap. So very strong performance from Sonic. He's got 5 seconds behind Hoggy, who I'm sure will be absolutely slamming the throttle at this. He had Sonic beat him to pole, but Hoggy got past pretty much on lap 1 and has been a dominant force this race.
Sissy's got Atlas and Beamataz right up his exhaust pipes.
Oh, you've been spotted in chat. We've got a Canyon Drifter hello. Now I don't know who Canyon Drifter is. I know Murdock. Is this some sort of alter ego you've got?
That's That's my original name. Good old Canyon Drifter.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Heather.
Huh. Fair enough.
You know,
Well, Canyon Drifter says hello.
So 6 seconds now, that gap between Hoggy and Sonic. Etlitz and Beamitaz right on the rear end of Sissy now.
Yeah.
Sissy maybe going deep a bit, which we didn't catch. Yeah, Sammy, they said. That rings a bell.
I think Etlitz might try it.
Yeah, he's having a think. He's maybe going to try what we saw Sissy do earlier, where the outside becomes the inside. We're bumper to bumper. So we're coming up to the bus stop. We're going to all make our braking marks. All right, he's going for it. Proper send from Etlitz. But Gen X Sissy just managing to stay ahead. But Beamitaz now wants to have a bit of a play at this. Never mind, he backs out. He lets Etlitz go for the fight to try and get past Sissy. 3 laps to go now for this bunch.
Beamitaz is playing it. He's playing it smart. He's letting them two fight, because if they take themselves out, he gets 2 places. Yeah.
And also, they just let Etlitz have a go. If he can't get past this swap, let Beamitaz have a go. Do that sort of... This is what we love about TVT racing. Because even though this is technically a 3-way battle, it's more of a 2v1, and it's sort of it's a very unique dynamic, which is where the love for this comes from. Gen X Sammy, they said, is the person in chat right now.
Oh, Sammy! How's it going, man?
Don't go anywhere from this. This race is not over yet. Cheeky little look at the gap between Hoggy and Sonic. 6.9 seconds. Sonic much more confident in this portion of the race and should be able to take the lead and take the win off of Hoggy's hands, provided no mistakes. But it's all down to Etlitz and Beamitaz. Can they get past Sissy and try and make it a TCR top 5 lockout? Not got Ursinlad to make it the full lockout. He's down in P9 at the moment. Got Sayona and Darlo Boy ahead. Pretty far ahead as well. Etlitz right on the bumper of Sissy there. Almost making contact.
Sissy's getting a bit sideways again.
Yeah. And Etlitz is just waiting, trying to get as close as possible, waiting for the next chance. As Sissy makes a little mistake, and he's going to try and capitalise that and get past into P4. He's positioning the car exactly where it wants to be. Next overtaking zone is going to be into the bus stop. Chicane is coming up towards Blanchemont now. Etlitz takes the outside, backs off slightly. Don't want to go too wide through Blanchemont, especially in these conditions. But that's allowed Sissy to pull a nice little comfortable gap from Etlitz, try and ease that pressure off a bit. But Etlitz much more confident on the brakes. He's going to gain through the bus stop. Look at that gap. It's coming down. 5 tenths now. So we've got Beamitaz right on the rear end of Etlitz as well. What a way to finish this race. As can we see if Sissy can keep the 2 TCR drives at bay and take that P4 home for Gen X, which would be a phenomenal result for them. Yes, he has pulled a gap. 8 tenths now. Beamitaz still on the rear end of Etlitz, who's pushing the absolute might out of that 992.
Oh, he's giving himself that little bit of a buffer.
TCR boys not quite close enough to go for the bump draft, so they've got to play it safe. 6 tenths now. We're still gaining a difference between a slipstream and no slipstream, as Sissy bit less confident on the brakes, staying on the dry line for a bit too long, and that's allowed Etlitz to gain a little bit in the braking. But Sissy further better on the throttle, pulls that gap right back to whereabouts it was, but Etlitz is so much more strong through that sector, brings that gap down again, and it's just playing cat and mouse. And Sissy keeping the pressure absolutely perfectly. Not showing any signs of stopping anytime soon. We're coming through pull on for the penultimate time tonight. Flick it nice and clean, little dab of the throttle, and then you go has to lift a bit. Very big moment for Etlitz as well, and that's allowed Beamertaz to catch up, and they're going to play this safe. It's the same points for the team. Etlitz hasn't managed to get past. Is he going to let Beamertaz have a go? Nope, it looks like he wants that P5 on his record. He wants Almighty Tidge to see that and know he's done well. So, leaders on the final lap now, just going through the bus stop. There is Sonic with
Sonic's done really well. He's pulled out another
8-second gap to Hoggy, who's got Kmaru a lap down between them. And it's 10 seconds to Rapid and 19 seconds to this battle. As coming up to the bus stop, Etlitz looking very strong, looking like he might be thinking about a move, but he's not close enough yet. Sissy's going to keep it through, but it just seems every time we go through this bus stop, these three cars are closer and closer. Bit of a moment for Beamertaz. He's going to have to back out there and allow these two to pull away. Etlitz still very much on the rear end of Sissy, and all this fighting's allowed Sayana to catch up a little bit back there in P7. So if anything catastrophic happens for these guys, Sayana should be able to capitalise on that. Darlow Boy and Ernlad are also very close to each other. We've got Gen X defensive masterclass to keep TCR behind.
Sissy had a moment coming out of a rouge.
Yeah, Beamertaz proper off there. He's fully out of this. But Sissy and Etlitz side by side. And Etlitz has got past this, you're right, the Dutchman into P4. Is Sissy going to capitalise on this? He's going to come back, he's going to come on the brakes. With side by side. He's so close, but he's so clean as well. Textbook racing from these two. Who's going to take P4? As Sissy's got the inside into the corner before No Name does back out though. Let's see if we've got enough time to have a quick look at the instant replay. Should be able to catch what happened to Beamertaz as well as Etlitz getting past. So coming through Uruj now, just catches a bit too much of the curb on the inside. Volley goes off, clips the wall. There's Beamertaz. Sissy also doing the same thing, just to a little bit less of an extent, and looking at the speed difference. Etlitz just drives straight past into P4. But it's not over yet. Etlitz still firmly ahead, but there's still multiple overtaking zones for Sissy to try and get past. Loses the rear a little bit there, and that's lost 2 tenths to Sissy. 7 tenths now. Can Sissy get back into P4? We would be looking at the bus stop chicane. Sonic crosses the line to win match day 2 of TCR against GXR. Hodgson takes a very strong P2 and Rapid rounds out the podium for TCR, but it's all eyes on Etlitz and Sissy. Who's going to take P4? Is Etlitz going to be able to stay ahead?
Oh, no, don't lose it. Don't lose it.
Sissy! No!
Oh, no!
Massive moment for Gen X Sissy, and that's going to allow Beamertaz pass as well. Maybe even Sayana.
Yeah, fully. I think Sayana's getting past them as well.
That's the wrong button. I've missed this on the instant replay, haven't I? Come on.
Oh, and no,
just about caught it. Clips the curb, and we've seen a lot of drifting from him, but that was just one too many. The nerves got to him last lap. Very, very unlucky from such an incredible drive from Sissy, but he finds himself in P7. Sayana takes P6 after that mistake. Then it's Lad rounding it out. I've probably butchered this name so much, but that's rule 1 of Coventry.
Fairly close behind is Whippy Sausage.
Yeah. P8 for Right and Lad, rounding out the TCR boys.
Yep.
Then it's Whippy Sausage, as you said. P9,
Old
Farts, and Darlow Boy right close to each other.
Exhaust.
P10 and P11, and then Kmaru after looking at the pit lane and deciding, nope, not today, mate. Finds himself in P12.
That was actually a very entertaining race.
That was wicked, wasn't it? Do you want to go over the final results real quick?
Can do. So we've got TCR Sonic. Andy had a 1 second penalty when he crossed the line. With a best lap of 2:19.1. Second in Hoggy. His best lap was 2:18.8. Third, you got TCR Rapid, 2:19.8, and he was 18 seconds behind. You got Atlas. He was 37 seconds behind with a fastest lap of 2:19. Beamataz, 40 seconds behind with a 2:19.3, so he's doing well. Siana for Gen X, he come in 6th place, so well done to him, 2:19.3. Then you got Gen X Sissy, bad luck on that last lap, mate.
So annoying.
He did get the fastest lap at 2:18.8.
Definitely so my driver of the day would be Sissy, 100%.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. You got Right and Lad, he's 2:20, and he was 1:18 behind the leaders. Gen X Whippy Sausage is in place 9 with a 1:25.9 behind everybody else. And his fastest lap is a 2:18.8, so he did bloody well at all. You got Gen X Old Fart in 10th, 2:20. Darlow Boy, another 2:20, at exactly the same fastest laps. That's quite impressive. And then you got Kmaru following up. He's the only person who got lapped, which is bad luck for that pit lane entrance.
Yeah, very unlucky from him. Did a full-on Hudson there.
Yeah, just the fact that he didn't get so far behind after having to do that whole lap on the mediums in the torrential rain. He did well to do that, so hats off to him.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to end the stream. Thank you so much for joining me, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure to do comms with you, and I'm sure I'll have you in the comm box again in the very near future.
Well, thank you very much for having me, and it's been a pleasure, mate. An absolute pleasure.
Yeah.
It's good to see some of the old guys that I used to race with actually competing and doing well. So, you know.
Whippy Sausage just said thanks for the comms, and it's nice to hear your voice again.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll have to catch up with the boys at some point.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that's a good spot. I'll end the stream now. Thank you so much for jumping in. Next time, major event you're going to hear my stupid voice will be the 12 Hours of Spa on the 19th of April. That will be on the ZFS YouTube channel. 12 hours of what we're going to try and do at one consecutive stream, if I can figure out how to use Video Ninja. But as you can see from this, I can barely use a capture card, so that's going to be very fun. Yeah, that's all from me, and I will be back eventually. 19th of April is next one that I've got in mind, but I'll probably end up doing at least one. So I know Salad Cream's doing the Wednesday League, which is annoying because I really want to help him out on comms, but the Megans are my favourite league, so of course I'm racing it.
They are a fun car to race.
It's so fun to drive the Megan Trophy.